to the Llŷn Peninsula now. I remember when I was planning this trip that this is one of the sections that I was most looking forward to, because it's supposed to be one of the wildest and remotest parts of Wales, and also one of the most beautiful. The Llŷn Peninsula starts at Porthmadog, which is a really nice town. I've been here a few times when I've climbed Mount Snowdon, but apart from Porthmadog I've never been anywhere in the Llŷn Peninsula, so this is all new for me. And the trail starts off pretty much straight away with amazing views around Morfa Baican. So I'm going to start this section with a rest day. I've done some pretty serious miles over the last week or so, so I'm going to chill out here because it's a really nice area. I'm on a lovely little beach here next to Criccieth, and I thought I'd forage some greens for my dinner. I saw it was a shingle beach, so I came looking specifically for this plant because it grows on shingle. This is sea kale. Most of it's past its best now, but what I'm looking for are these little shoots here that have got a purplish colour to them. It is much better in spring when you get these really bright purple shoots coming up. But if you just search through the older leaves, you'll find these sort of shoots here. And of course, sea beet, lovely greens all year round. Absolutely love this plant. Here's some sea radish as well. It's too late for the leaves now, but we have got these lovely seed pods which taste just like the radish roots that you can buy in the shops. Just make sure the seeds inside haven't matured too much because they can go really solid. But these ones look immature enough to eat. Yeah, really peppery flavour. They're lovely. Grab a few of these to go in with my dinner as well. That'll do for me to go in with my dinner tonight. So yeah, nice sea beet there. Some sea kale young leaves and some sea radish pods. I found quite a nice beach to chill out and rest up for the evening. It's quite funny, right just round that corner there was a beach that was absolutely packed with hundreds of people. I turn around here and I've got this whole beach to myself. I would camp on the beach, but we're in a spring tide at the moment, so the tide could come up quite high. But I did have a little look just over there, and there's some flat areas that are in amongst some ferns, but there's like a nice clearing, so I'll camp in there tonight. I was sitting down chilling out and having a read. I was getting really annoyed by flies. There's loads of flies around at the moment just because of all the hot weather we've been having. So I made a little fire, more for the smoke because that keeps the flies away. Definitely don't need it for the heat, it's boiling. But I'm just keeping that going. It's quite a small fire, and that smoke does keep them away pretty well, and also stand over it and get the smoke onto your clothes, and they don't like the smell of it and they'll leave you alone. I'll just leave that going as a small fire for now, and then later on I'll build it up, get some embers, and then I'll cook on the fire this evening. But it's good because there's absolutely loads of driftwood that's really dry around here, so I can keep this fire going for a while. Alright then, it's just about time to make a start on dinner. Just going to let the flames die down, so then I'm cooking on the coals. So I'm just doing a very simple meal, which is something that I'll eat quite a lot while I'm hiking. So I've got these red kidney beans that come in a chili sauce. Got some pre-cooked whole grain rice and quinoa. And I've got any foraged veggies in there. And I'll also put in a spoonful of this Chinese curry sauce. It's just a paste. I just loosely chopped up my greens. So I've got sea beet, sea kale, and some of the seed pods in there as well from sea radish. I'm just putting a little splash of water and some of that curry paste, and then I'll chuck that on the fire. So it's a very cheap meal, this. These kidney beans from Aldi, they're about 80p. The cooked whole grains were about 60p, I think. Just a little spoonful of that is a couple of pence, and the greens are free. I'll just chuck that on there. That's got a real nice heat coming off of it. It's much better to cook on coals than on open flames. It's much hotter like this. Those greens look good. It's quite handy actually, because I'm on a shingle beach. I got some bigger stones and I started the fire on them, and then just cleared some of the ash off, and these are basically as hot as a stove now. So it is like cooking on a gas stove. Now I'll add in the kidney beans. These are handy that they come in a sauce, so you don't have to put anything else in it really. Give that a stir. I'll chuck in my cooked rice as well. I think cooking this way when you're camping is much better than the dehydrated ready meals, because those dehydrated meals I find are quite expensive for what they are, and I know they're quite light, but you have to add water to them anyway, so if you've got to carry that water, then you're still carrying the weight, and it's not heavy to carry a tin of beans and packet cooked rice. There we go, that is looking done to me. So I know food is pretty expensive at the moment, but there is a decent meal for less than £1.50, and really that could be enough for two people, but I'm definitely going to need all this today. So that's the beach area that I was before, and then just behind it I've got all this area here, which is all nice and flat. I pitched up my tent here, and you see I'm surrounded by quite tall ferns, so it's quite protected from the wind, and it's nice and private here. Look at all this lovely wild thyme. Some huge patches of it here along the coastal path. So I'm gonna pick some of this for my dinner. I love the flavour of thyme. Nice mat of it there. That's the direction I've come from. Right off in the distance, that's the Merioneth and Cardigan coast. That's the way that I'm going. That's Abersoch in that direction, and then you continue round that way towards Aberdaron. Told before I came to the Llŷn Peninsula by other hikers that it's not too easy camping out, because like most peninsulas it's very exposed and windy, so finding the right camp spot is quite important, because it's really not fun camping out. And a little trick that I have for that is looking at grass or plants that are growing around where you want to camp. So this gorse here offers some protection, and if you see the grass growing around it, if you notice areas that are exposed to wind quite a lot, the plants grow at an angle because they're constantly being pushed by the wind. You see here the grass is growing upright, so that is a good place to camp, because that is sheltered, well, partially sheltered. It's still going to get a fair bit of wind, but compared to if I were to camp out here, this is going to be a lot more exposed. There we go, all set up, and it feels pretty secure there. Pretty happy that I'll be able to get a decent night's sleep without it being too windy. It does tend to get a bit more windy just after the sun goes down. I find like an hour after sunset the wind starts to pick up then, but I think that should be just about right. And lovely views again.